What's up, guys? Silver Stasher back with another video, and today I want to answer whether or not I think that silver is going to crash, because the last two times it hit an all-time high, it surged right back down just about as fast as it got there. So I want to go over today why I think silver is going to hit this all-time high, stay there for a while, and actually continue to keep rising. Let's go ahead and get into it, guys. All right, before we get into the video, I want to show you guys the silver that I just picked up at my local coin shop. So I've got this really cool 1993 Silver Eagle. Anytime I find some of these older dates, I like to pick them up because I think they're just more rare. And this one's in really good condition. And my coin shop dealer actually told me to pick this one up. He said this is a good, more rare date than some of the other ones he had. So I got it for $52 on the dot. And I think spot was about $51 or so when I bought it. So pretty good deal in my opinion, because he does not charge a huge premium for Silver Eagles. Can't argue with that. And then my two special ones that I'm really excited about are these two bars. It's the Franklin Street Coin Company, and these are actually the spot that my local coin shop that I buy them at. They're custom for his shop. So Mr. MK Bars was the one who I guess created these bars for him, but I was told that he had them for about 6 years, but he bought them when silver was about 25 bucks an ounce, but he spent about $50 an ounce on them just because they were custom. So he just now recently pulled them out of the safe and decided to sell them. So they're limited edition, and he told me that they're never going to be made again. So I definitely wanted to pick two of them up because they're special, like I said. So that's where I began buying gold and silver, and it is my favorite shop of all time. Speaking of unique items, I got this Swiss of America 1 ounce. I don't know if you can call it a round or what it would be, but it's about the size of a dime almost, but it's just really thick. It's really a unique piece, and I love his shop because he's always got some really unique items that I can choose from, and I like having uniqueness in my silver stack. I stack primarily Eagles now, as of recently. That's kind of been what I've switched to, but I also love picking up the more rare, unique items like this. And I'm still debating on whether or not I should start selling some of my unique pieces, because I find so many of them that I feel like I could probably sell them, and maybe you guys would enjoy it even more than I would. So let me know in the comments below if you guys think I should start selling these. Otherwise, I'll just keep hoarding them and move on. So anyways, that is my stack that I just picked up. Let's go ahead and get into this video, guys. All right, so let's go ahead and get into why I think silver is not going to crash. And starting off with the reason number one, the silver to gold ratio has been significantly higher than the 30-year average. So I'll go ahead and show you guys on the screen here. But right now, silver is at $52.13. So it is up actually 8.88% the past week, but it is up 21% in the last month, and 3 months it is up 43%. Year to date, 80%. So quite a significant return on investment, especially if you're anything like me, where I started buying silver about a year ago when silver was at $32 an ounce or $30 an ounce, something like that. So it's pretty intimidating, to say the least, to see silver at a new all-time high. And I've had to really think about my investment strategy and how I'm going to move forward with buying gold and silver, because if you know anything about the historical landmarks of silver, the last two times it's hit an all-time high, it has crashed just about the day after. So it's a little significant to hit an all-time high. It hasn't been at an all-time high since 2011. So it's a pretty interesting time to be investing in gold and silver. But anyway, so spot right now is $52.13 for gold, or for silver. Gold is at $4,165 an ounce. And let's go ahead and move on to the gold to silver ratio. So I'll show you guys on the screen here. This is a 30-year gold to silver ratio. And this is the number one reason why I don't think that it is going to crash. Historically, you can see on this chart right here, the gold to silver ratio has been fluctuating up and down throughout the last 30 years, but it wasn't until about 2018 where it actually started rising above 80 to 1. So 80 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. And then ever since then, it's been riding all the way as high as 120 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. And then the last about 4 years, it's been riding about above 80. And it is just now coming at down to about 81 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. So the historical average in the last 30 years rides at about 68 to 1, so a ratio of 68 to 1. And that's one of the reasons why I think gold is going to continue to rise, because I think that ratio is going to continue to slowly but surely decline. And I think we might be able to see a 70 to 1 ratio here within the next couple of years. My reason number two, and honestly one of my biggest reasons as well, is the psychological barrier that's broken. So historically speaking, because it hit over $50 an ounce, nobody is down on silver if they've ever bought it in the past. So even if you bought it in 1980 or 2011 when it was at its all-time high, obviously this isn't counting for inflation, but they're still above their initial investment in terms of dollar value. I think that's pretty significant. And because it just hit an all-time high, I think it crosses off a huge significant psychological barrier that we all were waiting for and wondering when it was going to happen. So psychologically speaking, I think hitting the $50 silver price is significant because it's never hit that before. And now I feel like we're in uncharted territory. So I think that there's a lot of chance that it could rise to even greater and eventually even $75 an ounce. That is my reason number two that I believe silver is not going to crash this time compared to last times. Now, number three, and this is more of a personal and a speculative reason, but number three is that I think more people that are in the younger generations are getting into buying gold and silver as an investment. I think it's becoming significantly larger than it ever has been. And in fact, I have about 6 friends that part of it was because of me, part of it was for certain people was not because of me, but I have a lot of friends who are now buying gold and silver. And I think it's just appealing to the younger generations. Whereas when I grew up, I thought that buying gold and silver was non-existent. I didn't really think that anybody did it besides maybe grandparents and all that. So I thought it was a little bit odd to be storing gold and silver for long term. But now, obviously, as you guys know, I do not believe that at all. But anyways, I don't know if it's really changing into a young man's game, but I do believe that a lot of people are investing in precious metals more so than they were in the past. And my dealer also said that since silver has been rising the last year, he's seen a significant amount of more investors coming into the silver and gold world. And that's because we're in uncharted territories. It's exciting. People want to get on the latest trends. Just like when Bitcoin starts rising and increasing in value, people start buying more and more of it. It's kind of like the FOMO investing, but more and more people are getting into buying gold and silver, which is going to, in my opinion, encourage the market to go up more. Another thing that I want to mention, which is interesting because Robert Kiyosaki, I know he's a big name in the gold and silver world because he talks about it pretty much every single day on his Twitter, it seems like. But he tweeted, silver is nearing an all-time high. Now, this was about 10 days ago, so it's a little outdated, but he said silver is near an all-time high. Silver is $1 away from turning into a rocket ship. Please get a few silver coins before the silver rocket leaves the earth. Obviously, take it for what it's worth of what he says because he's a little bit of an extremist when it comes to gold and silver investing. But he's saying that once it hits an all-time high above $50 an ounce, that is going to start a new journey for silver because for a while it was feeling like it was never going to happen, especially in 1980 when it happened pretty much artificially. If you don't know that story, look it up, but it was almost an artificial all-time high, if you want to call it that. And in 2011, it went up and it rose to, I think, $48 or $49 an ounce. And it pretty much came down just about as fast as it went up. He's saying that it's going to be uncharted territories and it's going to go up like a rocket ship. I don't know if I necessarily agree with everything Robert says, but I do think gold and silver is obviously a good investment just because it's something that's different. And I wouldn't put all your money into silver, especially not today, because it's a little bit riskier, in my opinion, when it does hit an all-time high, because there's a lot of people thinking that it might crash. So if it does, I wouldn't want to have all my money into it. But another reason, and this is reason number 4 or 5 or whatever the heck I'm at, but another reason I want to mention that silver is not going to crash is simply because I'm looking right here and we've got top assets by market cap. You can see gold is number 1, which actually is surprising to me. I didn't know that gold has a much larger market cap than any of these other companies on here, as well as silver or Bitcoin or anything like that. But so gold is at 28.9 trillion market cap and silver is at 2.847 trillion. So silver is sitting in spot number 6. Now, the main thing I want to mention with this, so I pull this up for one reason and one reason only. Pretty much, if there's that many people who are investing in silver and if there's a market cap of $2.5 trillion almost, in my opinion, it seems like not a risky investment because that means that there's a lot of people investing in these precious metals. There's a lot of use for these precious metals. There's a lot of dollar value in these precious metals that if that were to tank, I think that there would be a lot of people that would be screwed over. And I just feel like these top 100 largest market cap companies and investments are probably very, very, very safe. Obviously, don't get me wrong, silver goes up and it goes down. It's very volatile compared to other assets, but I do think sitting at spot number 6, I feel like it's a very safe investment, and there's a lot of people who are putting a lot of money into this precious metal. So I would say that that's part of my argument as to why it is so significant, and I don't think it's going to crash because there's that much money into it. So anyways, guys, I know that was a little bit all over the place, but I hope you guys appreciated the video. I would really please love it if you guys could like, subscribe, and comment. It would mean a lot to me. I just got monetized on this channel thanks to you guys, and I'll be making a video where I'll be buying silver using all of the money that I made for the first month of my silver channel being monetized. It's not going to be a lot of money, but it should be kind of fun. And I will say, I've been making a little bit more money than I thought. I think I'm averaging about $3 a day, which might not sound like a lot, and it's definitely not a lot, but it is exciting because if I 10x that, then I'm making $30 a day. So 30 bucks a day would be, I don't know if that would be necessarily life-changing, but it would be pretty amazing to be making $30 a day. And the way that I look at it is either it's 3 Chipotle bowls because I love Chipotle. So 3 Chipotle bowls a day, or it is I guess right now it's about half or just over half an ounce of silver for every day that I make videos. So anyways, thank you guys very much for the support on this channel. It means a lot to me. And after once this month is up and I'll do that video, I will be doing a giveaway because I haven't done one for a while. So I hope you guys stay along for the giveaways, and thank you guys as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Silver Stasher